Hi, John here. I'm just going to make a short video of a conversation I'm going to have about my company, ATUA AOTEA Limited, has a problem with corporate fraud, and I just want to speak to my accountant and in New Zealand, Queen Street, and tell them what's going on if I can get a hold of one of them at least. So let's have a look and see where we're at there, and save there, and I'll try.
Again, the number you have dialed has been disconnected or is no longer in service.
Oh,
Please
no.
check the number and try your call again. The number you have dialed.
No, the number's disconnected. So that's Dun and Bradstreet, the accountants, and now I'll have to start all over again because I should have got this right in the first place. Anyway, we'll carry on, and just where I'm at with what I've been posting online with the Eddie Mitchell case in Hamilton. And I won't be going on the radio with Jack Liam because he's listening to Dean Murray, my friend Dean Murray, there. And he's going along those lines. I've sent him all the documents I've sent to Gregory Cook and to Graham Ehrlich in Browns Bay, the ex-Scotland Yard detective, and the private company Ehrlich Investigations Limited got all my documents of Eddie Mitchell and also Cook Street and a few other things that are going on. So that's that. And I just want to catch up with you to the next stage of where we're going with everything, with especially Eddie Mitchell and the case in Hamilton and our friend Alfred Mitchell here. There, they've stolen 17 trillion that has been converted to 303 shell companies in the Companies House in Australia, Brisbane, and I put them online so you can see that it's a mass shopping spree of properties with Eddie Mitchell, his brother. See, they look the same, and it's him. I'm trying to get a hold of my accountant, Dun and Bradstreet, and it's his accountant as well as the government, Crown New Zealand private company in Wellington, is the same accountant that skipped it and changed the company into another company in America, where the scam fraud is going on with all the corporations. And this company has been accused of ramping up the figures of the company turnover to make it look inflated on its company records turnover, to make fraud. Alfred Mitchell with the 17 trillion he's stolen from me and all my documents to the lease of New Zealand country, and taken the money and splashed it all over the Australia, Western Australia, Victoria, and New South Wales, and Queensland, and the Gold Coast. Everywhere he's gone. That business, I'm going to seize the whole lot with this Dun Bradstreet, and my company that's the same accountant. So there, I'm getting in touch with them, but their number has skipped it. So I'll keep trying, and I'll have updates of where I am with it. because I feel it's my own duty to follow up what I've been doing with 50 years of research to equate to 17 trillion of lease money to the people of New Zealand, the 99% of the people of New Zealand versus the 1% elite that's running the scam business that I'm trying to let you see how it works with the Freemasons and property developers and judges, lawyers, politicians who are selling cryptocurrency to their wealth and hidden tax breaks and tax evasion and all sorts of fraud, wheeling and dealing. So John Bradsheet is accused of fraud in itself with altering the figures of money transactions to make it look inflated. And I'm reading into it, the scam fraud. And I'm going to tell you how it works so we can do something about it. The 99% people of New Zealand. And I'm supposed to go on radio next Wednesday. Doesn't look like it now because Jack Liam has hung up on me today. And I don't think he understands business with what's actually happening. And for him to do that to me is insulting of my intelligence with him doing that and with Jean Murray um, um, educating them about the flag. And I told Dean, I've got on the phone to him and with Rabata and Buddy, my friends that's with me, to sort this whole country out and where we're going to with the money. We've got our own currency to do yet. I've got that on my head to fix up and do, and got this on my head now with the land titles and what's happened to Maori and what's happened to the flag, the Confederation of Chiefs flag, the Whakaputanga flag, the whakamininga, and all that is in a bit of a quandary. And I'm just wanting to see how Tim Veturu and Greg Cook is going to get on. But I have to carry on going because I can't trust the government in how fast they're moving to bring in the United Nations and take our country off us because we're not doing anything to battle up against them. Them meaning the Crown Corporation, private company in Wellington, the politicians selling crypto as salesmen, investment salesmen, and not politicians looking after us and our country and only feathering their nest and selling us something we don't know how it works. We don't know crypto and gambling on the stock market, and that's what they're selling us to replace our pension, and that's not on because I don't like what they're doing and because it's a gambling, winners and losers, and you'll always lose to the house. Okay? The house will win because they know how to play the game of fraud and corruption of the legal system and the means of making money and not accounting for where it goes to with the taxpayers and the rates. That's what Jack is up against. He's a protester and not a fixer-upper of the country and its problems. He can't fix it. Dean can't fix it. Nobody can fix it. It's all in these books that Eddie's run away with the lease money that leased to the whole of the country, and that's all it amounts to. If you haven't got that to make money, then it's very difficult for you people, the 99%, to fight the government, which is a puppet of the one world order, or in other words, the Pope and the churches, and also the the New World Order and the Freemasons. And that's what I'm getting at with what has happened to Dun and Bradstreet have turned into another company, I wrote down what that company's name is, and it has gone into a company called Ilion, Illion, which is in Australia from America, Florida, and all the fraud that's happening in America is all what's gone wrong with the world and making people subject to the US dollar, and now they'll make them subject to their cryptocurrency and stock market to make gambling money out of you and gambling money out of all your land, and you will not own it if they take over in October. I'm just warning you all that these books I put together in 50 years to save our country, and everyone is asleep. Everyone is asleep. Sad. There's a native title to all of New Zealand. The lease that got Eddie done $17 trillion. You can have a look at the company's house in Australia, Brisbane, New South Wales. 303 companies he's just registered under the Mitchell Family Trust name from Hamilton. One Maori and two Pākehās. One barrister, Pākehā, and one Freemason, Pākehā. And I've got them on the camera where you can see them doing the fraud in front of you. And what do? Sit and watch them and let them get away with it. And what do you want to do? Not help me? Nobody's helping me. Only Paddy and Brian and Robert the Carp. That's it. Nobody even bothers. There's lots of interest in what I do. So why don't you look see if it's real? Why don't somebody take me to court to see if they can win in a court? Any court. Doesn't worry me. Okay? Because what I'm doing is court, high court, the money side of high courts. See, so I'm following the law. Who's breaking the law? The law people over here themselves, the judges, the courts, the police, the politicians in government. All of them are breaking the law of High Court of Britain. The law. They don't have law. They have statutes made out of bits of law. And they expect that to topple the law, which is what I'm saying, from Britain direct to Westminster. And they're going through New South Wales, Australia, where Eddie Mitchell and his family and the Jacksons and the Thompsons and the Smiths, they all come from the prison convicts that are running the parliament in Wellington, New Zealand. Okay, so there. Because I haven't got my phone call, I was going to record in front of you what I say to Dun and Bradstreet, accountants for the government, the Crown Corporation governments and the corporations, and Eddie Mitchell and his Mitchell Family Trust here, and the Mitchell Family Trust. You're going to have a look. How come there's 303 companies under the Mitchell Family Trust in Queensland, Gold Coast, and all in the big places of Australia? They could go and find a big company worth 100 billion and pay for it and buy it with that money. He didn't work to get it, people. He stole it from me. He didn't do all the hard work of research to put it all together with the Moriori and the chief Mohi Manukau and John Rogan, Freemason in Awaroa Native Magistrate Court Bank in Helensville. He didn't do that. When I go into Dun and Bradstreet and through the inquiries through this fellow I want to ring, then he will say, "Oh, Eddie, where did you get that money from?" And he can't tell them where he got it from. He'll have to, because this guy is a debt management solutions administrator in 1 Queen Street, Auckland. So just I'm going to go get on the bus, go down there and go and see him. Okay, I'm just going to march in the office, then sit down with all these books and show him what's Eddie Mitchell doing with what that money is doing. That is not his. I'll take the whole lot, thank you very much. Can you transfer it back to my company that I registered now, ATUA AOTEA Limited? He's stolen that from it, stolen all the instruments, stolen all my intellectual property, my knowledge, and my intelligence and skipped off with the money. That's what I'm worth. 17 trillion. That's what I'm saying, people. That's what I'm worth. 17 trillion for you people, not mine. It's your people money in 257 native countries to spread the wealth of that as debt instruments, 970 million trillion pound notes, split amongst 999,999,999 profit share owners of all their wealth. Okay, so that's accounts to. There's so many shares in that company I've registered with Dunn and Bradstreet, and Eddie Mitchell has registered here in New Zealand. They represent companies here, corporations, and in Australia, corporations as well. That company, people, keep an eye on it, but look at my site. Go to the company's house in Australia, ABN lookup. Just type in ABN lookup and look at all those companies that Eddie Mitchell has registered and see they are all active and follow it up because it's yours, people in New Zealand. That's what I'm trying to tell Jack Liam. See, he can't, he says it's not true. It's the same as Blair Ingram in Ngaruaia, his schoolmate, saying, "Oh, John, you'll never get it back." That's how much hope he holds for what I'm doing, and can only tell me a negative answer because he's saying to me, "You should have listened to me and don't trust Eddie." And Eddie said the same thing. Don't listen to Blair because I don't trust them. See, so they don't trust each other from Tainui, same place, same place. They went to school in Ngaruaia together, and that's where Te Kopu is where Eddie bought a big mansion and big farm for his dad, and that's where they all go. You got to lose that Eddie Mitchell because I told you I'll take the whole lot because he stole my intelligence. 17 trillion bucks worth of brain work to stick all that together without your nasty family and Alfred Mitchell stealing information too and saying Te Waikato Wharehere Manukau is a woman. That's why he's got £1 trillion on his head and 100 trillion on your head, because all the big shots that are doing the scam fraud corporations get the same big bill, 100 billion, and Syndicuro 1,000 billion, trillion. Okay, a trillion. I'm talking trillions to make sure that the Rothschilds get liquidated with the big pound notes. You see, I'm going to print them off because we have a right to. Okay, it's we now, not me. It's we. But I'm saying the court, not me. The court makes the orders with my group. There's four of us now. That's making decisions, and three in the court. Three people that run the court with the AI intelligence. Okay, just intelligence and technology. So there, that's that. Because I'm going to try and find that number again in Queen Street and try and get a hold again of that number. Where is it? Yeah. What number did I might have missed a number. 359 8000. So that's the number I've got. But I think I'll cut this video short and set it up again. I'll get the number first and then I can call it because I had it on the computer and I don't want to let this go away. This because I've got too many files open on the desktop and I get lost changing from one to the other. I'll try. I got my Andy, I found my Bitcoins. I found my passwords for my Bitcoin. So I got £500 of Bitcoin that you got for me, and it should be worth quite a bit. I think they said about 5,000 or 6,000. So there's some money there that'll kick us off some more rabata if that's there. But I like to keep it there to make it build up because we're going to use Bitcoin and our chip coin to go alongside it and overtake it. Okay, that's the name of the game. Recovery Management Solutions, RMS Debt Collectors. That's Dun and Bradstreet, New Zealand company profile. Debt credit collector, any communication with RMS is an attempt to collect a debt, and any information obtained will be used for that purpose. Unpaid debts are a problem, and every problem has a solution. Our staff understands that unforeseen circumstances can occur, leaving consumers in debt. Recovery Managed Solutions, that's what RMS stands for. And who is the CEO of Dun and Bradstreet? Anthony Jabor is the Chief Executive Officer, CEO of Dun and Bradstreet, leading global provider of business decision data and analytics. What is the controversy with Dun and Bradstreet? The FTC complaint alleges that Dun and Bradstreet deceptively marketed its paid products as allowing businesses to improve credit profiles and scores. In some cases, these paid products were offered only after a business complained about inaccurate information in its commercial credit report, 1st of March 2022. That's where it is. What happened to Dun and Bradstreet? On February the 8th, 2019, the investor group completed the acquisition of Dun and Bradstreet and became a privately held company. Its former ticker symbol DNB was retired. On July the 1st, 2020, Dun and Bradstreet relisted shares on the New York Stock Exchange after trading under the ticker symbol DNB. So that's a little bit about that. I'm just doing a video, Brian. I'm just doing a video. Still doing it, so you can wait. I'm just trying to ring on the phone, but you're there now. But I haven't got the number to ring because it was the wrong number to ring that guy in the Dun and Bradstreet. So I'm just making a video about what I'm doing. The network provides Dun and Bradstreet business information. I'll ring afterwards, as well as risk. I found my Bitcoin passwords and everything.
Really?
Yes, that's why I was looking for passwords and things. Information as well as risk alerts, special events, comments, suspicious business characteristics, investigation results, and any additional supporting information shared by cross-industry peers. So that's where I'm going into Dun and Bradstreet with this guy I'm supposed to be ringing. Searchable database of fraud insights. Search the secure online portal for reported and confirmed high-risk business entities. The D&B Fraud Risk Network is built on strong foundation of Dun and Bradstreet data with extensive experience and focus on business fraud. So that's that. Staying ahead of the evolving threat of B2B fraud. Fraud is growing concern for many organizations and costs are high. In today's business environment, protecting your company with proper due diligence requires an adaptive, data-driven and collaborative approach to stay steps ahead of fraudsters. That's why I'm ringing them, people, because I'm already registered with Dun and Bradstreet in New Zealand and Australia here. Can use my company direct to Queensland and over Eddie Mitchell Trust. And I can't use my Hawani Kahaki One or Trust because that's Maori Land Court and Maori Lands, and ATUA AOTEA Limited is under Dun and Bradstreet because it's supposed to be pulling out big turnover when the tidal turbine bridge is supposed to have gone up in 2009 when it got registered. Okay, so it's got 1 of 1 billion shares, and I'm holding one of the extra shares, and all the rest I'll give out just like Michael Saylor and let them out as chip coins against his bitcoins and his 21 million bitcoins, and I've got more chip coins and a bigger calculation of numbers. So there's a bigger job for me to do, and I'll do it, and I'll let you know, all the people know how much it's worth. You can see the value of it, not this keyboard click, click, click business of 10 years down the track. He's $450 of Winston Peters will balloon out to 900 million. It's really just a myth of looking at something and selling that idea. Yeah, but don't swear because I'm on camera, and I tell you I'm filming because people are watching me, and I'm going through the process of what am I doing about Winston Peters and what am I doing about Eddie Mitchell, two Maoris that are scamming people and especially scamming pensioners like me. Okay, they're scamming me, both of them. One's got 17 trillion US dollars of what I set up to get for the people. He's got it and gone on a shopping spree. You go to ABN, look up, type ABN, look up, and behold before your eyes, you'll see the Mitchell Family Trust and 303 registered shell companies in Brisbane and in Victoria and Queensland, Western Australia, all over Australia, and even probably all over the world. That he has splashed that money, and he's actually splashing it for me and the people of the world, 257 countries it belongs to. So New Zealand, 99% and 1% of the elite are who we are tackling with what they are thieving from you as taxpayers, ratepayers, and the money is going straight in their pocket. And you know that, but you can't do anything about it till you whack them over with these documents I've got here. Okay, the documents are here, and Jack just don't get it. The Jack in Hamilton just not interested with me, hung up on me, and left me in a gasp that I thought I was going to go with the Pākehās down there. But he's like the Pākehās. They look after themselves and forget about everybody else. And that's the problem we are having. That just shows you that I'm there for the people, including him and all those people, Pākehās in Cambridge and Hamilton. But that's where they live under this title from Britain. They all went there and in the Maungatautari Mountain rock of Te Rawaikato Wharehere Manukau and living off his back. Okay, not of Maori's back, of Te Rawaikato and his Morioris. They slaughtered Georgie Job and her people down the line, right? Those people down where she comes from, and slaughtered them because I've got all the history in my head of who did what, where, and how. Okay, Maniapoto, that's the tribe down there. Maniapoto and Tainui, you slaughtered the Manukau people and stole their title from Britain, UK, Hanover, and Westminster, and stole the damn thing, and still stealing now. Okay, you've got your stories online, and Alex Kete, that's how I met him. He's roving around checking my stories to see if there's any truth in it, and everywhere he goes, he comes across the same thing. What I'm saying, it's all there, and he's putting it online, and making comments, and everybody else is making comments about their whakapapa, and Alex is saying, oh, this is what it looks like, this. And when Alex sees that Eddie Mitchell, one of Tainui Maoris, have stolen, or few Maoris, around the 99% Maoris, and the two Pākehās have stolen, or few Pākehās, the 99% of the other ones outside, and every other race creed outside. And the churches are in the racket too, with the politicians, the judges, the police, the lawyers, the school teachers that have gone with the jab, gone with the government, we Maoris in their runangas and their trusts are gone with the crown, and they're part of the 99, the 1% against the 99%. So I'm here for the 99% people, and this is your chance. It'll be gone in October. You'll own nothing and be happy. That's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at you all gonna collapse and fall down because I've got the Freemasons papers right here. Okay, these books. I've gone and mirrored them. I've mirrored them because I was spent a long time, over 6 years, with the Freemasons in Helensville. Okay, all these books here. I've spent a lot of time with Mohi Manukau. He just showed me all his knowledge from the Freemasons. And he thought he was going to get some land from them, from the Rogans, married into his Manukau family, but took the lot. The Pākehā took the lot and left Mohi Manukau with just the courthouse land. I said, right, I'll use that little bit of courthouse land to clobber the whole rest of it. Okay, and the rest of the world from there. That's where the president was set off. It's from a 10-acre block cut down into mortgageable size to go through that bank, the Aotearoa Native Magistrate Bank, into the BNZ Bank in Auckland, Central, Queen Street, and then to the BNZ in London, and then to the League of Nations, and then into the World, the United Nations, and into the World Bank. There, I'm just following the trip backwards and where the money went. Follow the money back, and you'll find that right where its nest is in Westminster. Now they've flown out of the nest, taken all the gold and the money, and took off back to Germany, home where they come from in the first place. So the Zionists and the Freemasons banded up over there against everybody with the crown title and said they can talk like the king and they'll do the king's job and take the whole world over with the Admiralty title that makes money and nothing else makes that much money. And Eddie Mitchell has screwed us, screwed me, screwed you, and taken the money that he didn't show the work to do to get it. When I talk to this guy and say, can you go and haul Eddie up and put him in front of you and explain where did he get 17 trillion from over 1 year that I've been with him. 1 year, 2023, last year. Where did he make 17 trillion from in 1 year? Which company? Whereabouts? Where did he make it? And how did he do it? Whose authority has he gone and used? And which ancestors helped them to get it? And if he doesn't say anything, then I'll just drop all these books here, right in front of him and say, have a look in here to see whose name it is. Is there any Mitchell in here? No, there's only Manukau, Rogan Judge, and Wano. That's it. Nobody else. The Wano married the Rogan and the judges. And the Manukau married the Rogan and the judges and the Cosgrove lawyers. And that's who they wanted to talk to, the one at the top. Okay? So that's how that works. Because they know who's who, and they came through Cook Islands, then to the Chatham Islands, then to New Zealand. Not the other way around. They didn't go to Australia. The king didn't go to Australia and then New Zealand and then the Chatham. It didn't go that way. It didn't go that way. It went the other way. Okay, that's where Maori went backwards. They said, oh, Moriori's came from here. They went there. Well, Where did they go from there? Oh, nowhere. See? So that's what's wrong, people. They've lost their way and trying to fight at straws against their common enemy in Wellington, the Crown of New Zealand and the Japanese crown on Cindy Kira's Japanese head. That's your crown and your flag, that's the little flag she's got of New Zealand. Guess this it is in April. And you got to get your money back from them and not this way. So, all you people who don't support me, you stay where you are and fight against Queen Victoria in Australia, New South Wales, and Eddie Mitchell, and I'll just drop the pound on your fellows' heads, all of you, on that side, okay? And I'll just stay with the few people, just the few people. All the other ones I've been with all these years are gone the other way. You see, they're gone the other way because they know better. And try and get 17 trillion from somewhere. And let's see if you can make that money in 1 year. Just like Eddie Mitchell. Make it in 1 year. Show us how you make it, Eddie. Come out and tell everybody how you made that 17 trillion and paid the tax on it to which government. Which government have you got them? Where's your records, Eddie? Where's your record? Where's your accounting from your accountant? That's my accountant. Or longer than you've been around. I've been with them for years. Eddie Mitchell, I've been with them because that company now, ATUA AOTEA Limited, is registered with them long before your company came along. See, try that out, Eddie. And you have to answer to the accountant because I'm going to ask the accountant the same question and it'll clean the whole matter and this country and give back in the right hands. You see, because the law is in the wrong hands. The law in Wellington is going to show you fellas up as scammy and not worth trusting you or the government because you're all doing the same thing. Corporations of your own private corporation and interest. Your self-interest guilty as not innocent and can't be innocent and greedy mongrels. Very greedy self-interest mongrels. Okay, that's what I'm calling you, Eddie. You're all murderers because you're in the same scam, all doing the same thing, jabbing, and also spraying the skies, poisoning the food, poisoning everything, just to make money. Now you steal anything inside that looks like money, and it's just showing you what your family does best. Steal, just like your queen. Victoria stole my Moai off East Island and took it to England and hid it for 100 years, then made it into a memorial for her Freemasons transfer documents of this native country, New Zealand, to British Crown ownership of kings. Then the Queen came along and picked it all up for free, then ran off with everything and the single bar pound note. And we got the 2 bar pound note of King Tawhia from Ka Waikato and Te Waikato for the Here Manukau is not a Ngāpui, neither is he a Tainui. He's a Moriori with his counterpart, Hongihika Cook Islander. You see, they were here before you lot. When the British came, they went straight to the Cook Island, got him, and come straight to Mohi Manukau, Moriori, because they knew who to talk to. One chief of Cook Island from that country, and one from the Chathams that was from that country, and not Maoris, because there was no such thing as Maoris. No Maoris around. They just wrote it up that way. So I wrote the story the same way as the Maoris and put it right. And you have to take it to court to see how far you're going to get. Because if you're wrong, you get a pound note right on your head. Because you can't do nothing about it. Because the Freemasons own your papers too. All of your papers right through the world. They are the author. I'm the author of these documents altering their documents. Right? I altered it to suit because all the countries do the same thing. They alter the Freemasons' work of author. And I do the same. And I've got the privilege of having the king's right to use that Confederation of the United Tribes flag and not a Whakaputanga flag. You go with the Whakaputanga flag, the first thing they're going to say to you is, where's your title? Where's your title? And that's where comes stuck with Eddie. When Eddie gets caught, you all get caught. You all get caught. And you can't say nothing because I'm just telling you now, if this country gets lost to fraudsters, it's your own fault for not helping me to win back our country because you just give up and won't help or you got your own way. You got your own way. I'm a little bit disappointed with Dean because Jack Liam is listening to Dean. That's what he said today. He's listening to Dean Murray because Murray is teaching them what I told Dean Murray. Okay, I taught him just like G Hub. I taught him, and away he went. And because he's with Ngāti Whātua. And Ngāti Whātua, I'm telling you on this video, it's not a real tribe. It's been made up by Pākehā. It is owned by Pākehā. And they're just winding it up now. Everything Maori is going to wind up. The Maoriland titles, the Maoriland court, the Maori tribunal, the Maori party will be wound down because it's not making enough money. So what does the Crown of New Zealand private company does? Sells it. That's what they're doing. They sold Wiri Station in Manukau City to someone with the money. And they're selling land and selling Maori business because it's not making the profits that matches their profits. Okay, so that's why they sell Maori land or anything Maori. And what's Maori going to have? Well, nothing. Nothing. Because the Pākehā designed Maori to have nothing because they haven't got the native title. That's why, and they're trying to make their title up, but they can't because the government owns it. They own the instrument, the documents. You see? They're too cunning because British came here to get everything. And if it wasn't for Te Waikato Wharehere and Manukau to sign a lease agreement, you would have got nothing because they were coming here to take the whole lot. But because they were nice people that didn't put up a fight against the British, they were spared. And the same with my tribe at the East Cape, they were spared. Their land is still there. Everybody else put up a fight, and that's why the government made Statute Acts to take them out and seize their land. So that's why you got a trouble to get your Maori land back because there was nothing in the first place. See, you can't take it to court because they say matter closed. Matter closed. Nothing here. There's nothing here. You see? Oh, there's Morioris here, but no Maori.
Yeah, you got them.
We got everything in order in the High Court. That's why our court is the native High Court of Britain, UK, Hanover. You see? So that's it. But we've got our homework done, and you have to do your homework in order to fight the beast off. The beast is not here. The beast is in Germany, Frankfurt, with the Freemasons and the Rothschilds in Britain to keep the pound note going and to keep their authority to the British soil land that was there, not there anymore, but they still run it as though it's still there when the mana, the military and everything, money, gold is gone to Germany because Germany was instructional to put the laws in their favor over everybody else. And they used my own family's Moai statute for the Freemasons' transfer of the lands on everybody's native country in the world. That's why I'm going there for all the native countries, 256, 257 countries, to split the wealth when I get it back with a little help from the little ones I got in our group. And that's about it. 4 people and AI. And what else you need? Nothing else. Just that. And I'll just go for it and do what I can to save this country. If I can't, well, at least I tried, and everybody else was asleep. You're still asleep, people, because, like, like I'm saying, the time is going by. By the time October comes, the United Nations Army will be here to force jab you, to take you off the land, to take all your titles, and you will have nothing, and they'll give you the crypto to play with. Just like how they're trying to make us play with the crypto game and buy their crypto. And I don't need to buy their crypto. I'll just buy Sailor's crypto instead of the government's crypto. And then, or otherwise, I'll do our own chip coin when we get the bit of cash from the first bit of lien or the um, uh, instrument that's a lien instrument over the missing money and that Eddie's got, and also the missing gold and missing everything else that's hidden with the corporates. Okay, so that's all I want to say for now, because I'm going to try and ring back on Monday to the to this company. It's in Queen Street. I'll go on the bus and just go straight there. It's in offices in one Queen Street, Auckland. I'll go straight there. It's quicker if I go and stand in front of them with the books and drop them in front of them and say, here is the ownership to all that 17 trillion right here. And yeah, that's it. I don't need a big tribe to come with me. I just go by myself because I've been by myself with it all the way, and nobody can come and mess it up, and it'll look messed up. But I don't want anybody to interfere and tell me what to do. I know my job. You do your job, and I'm just dealing with people on contract, and that's it. And you do what you do and get paid from when I recover the money, or who's going to go and recover it for me, because I'm just going to stay in the court and I'm not going to go out there and enforce what I put together in the orders of the court. So I'm there acting as court and not as John Wanu. I'm acting as court, and that's how courts work. Not naming the judge or anything, just I'm doing a job that I'm used to, had plenty of practice, and it'll be the 60th court hearing, the next one. That's a lot of work over the years on my eyes and look, trying to educate people. It's going in one ear and out the other, especially the people that should have picked it up, like they know, but they know better. They got a better plan, and I'm just let you know on Facebook and on the website what I do, and that's all I can do. Disclose it. There's nothing to see here, and you can't take anybody around me to court because you'll only go there with no information, better information. I say that's how we won the case in Cook Street with the police. That they're going to owe up that lot that I'm going to sue them with the indictment. There's the indictment and put on the whole lot of them, and a lien warrant, a warrant, and that's all the rest that goes with it. Okay, so that's all. Thank you very much. I'll just leave it there and have a little spell and talk to Brian. He's patiently waiting there to make sure I've got something real is happening. And I just want to let you people know that the job is not finished. I've got a long way to go to finish this job. It's taken forever. And I've got my family in Philippines waiting patiently with high hopes of being free of all what they're going through over there as undernourished or really not really human conditions when they got gold in Philippines, heaps of it, but those white tigers have got it. Okay, that goes out of there. The elite 1% have picked up all her family's gold and run off with it and gave them nothing. And that's the same here too. Taking all the gold, taking all the big curry trees up north, taking everything out of here, stripped all of everything and run off with it. And that's what we get. Kick around and no more kicking around. And we're going to do something. Everybody, doesn't matter which, we're all equal in this Okay, so goodbye for now. We'll see you later. Bye.
Right.
Right.
Well, cheers to my eyes, bro.
Yeah, I'll just turn it off. Where do I turn it off? Exit stream. Exit stream. In stream. There.